take. Thank you. You should do some physics tricks or a show and tell type video once. I'm doing a physics trick all the time here. See the angular momentum one? And then I can bring my arms in, and that tells you about angular momentum conservation. Stephen Hawking went to, okay. All right, so we will talk about the conclusion of this book while I have patience with this particular class. And we will keep going. Oh, Baji. Baji is stretching over there as I speak. So we find ourselves in a bewildering world. We want to make sense of what we see around us and to ask, what is the nature of the universe? What is our place in it, and where did it and we come from? Where? Why is it the way it is? Now we know that, specifically speaking, we, as in you and I, we come from a gigantic nebula gas cloud thingamawitch, which condensated to make the sun and the planets in our solar system. And we are pretty metal enriched, as in we have nice metals in our system. You know, Earth even has gold. So we cannot be coming from a very early star, which would have been metal poor, etc., etc. Those stars had died and made new stars, and that made new stars. And whenever a star dies and spews all of its material into the interstellar space, ultimately you might make sort of a nebula or a gas cloud, and ultimately then here we are. And so having something as heavy as gold is an indicator that we cannot come from something too primitive. Okay? So that's in a little bit of a tidbit from me about where we come from. Let's see what he's saying as far as the universe goes, because what I just said is more specific to our solar system and this galaxy. I think he means the universe, okay? To try to answer these questions, we adopt some world picture, just as an infinite tower of tortoises supporting the flat earth is such a picture. So is the theory of superstrings. Both are theories of the universe, though the latter is much more mathematical and precise than the former. Both theories lack observational evidence. No one has ever seen a giant tortoise with the earth on its back, but then no one has seen a superstring either. However, the tortoise theory fails to be a good scientific theory because it predicts that people should be able to fall off the edge of the world. This has not been found to agree with experience, unless that turns out to be the explanation for the people who are supposed to have disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle. The earliest theoretical attempts to describe and explain the universe involved the idea that events and natural phenomena were controlled by spirits with human emotions who acted in a very human-like and unpredictable manner. Can we get 10 likes? Doro, can you do that message thing that we pin? These spirits inhabited natural objects like rivers and mountains, including celestial bodies like the sun and moon. Some woo-woo stuff. They had to be placated and their favor sought in order to ensure the fertility of the soil and the rotation of the seasons. Gradually, however, it must have been noticed that there were certain regularities. The sun always rose in the east and set in the west, whether or not a sacrifice had been made to the sun god. Further, the sun, the moon, and the planets followed precise paths across the sky that could be predicted in advance with considerable accuracy. The sun and the moon might still be gods, but they were gods who obeyed strict laws, apparently without any exceptions, if one discounts stories like that of the sun stopping for Joshua.